So, you see the title of the stream, the video. Um, I nobody expects this. So it's not like I'm saying rest in peace to her like it's been years. No, like I'm saying as in it was what time is it now? So many hours ago. And so for me, of course, it's a personal issue. It's one of them things where it's like, why am I on here? Because I don't need a specific reason to be on here outside of what I'm talking about. I don't need one. I don't need a reason for that. So I don't need I don't need to get attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, and nobody in their right mind does the type of shit to get attention. I remember some fucked up people like Kanye talking about his mom the way that he's done recently, or more or less so many months in the past, a few months, whatever. The bottom line is, ain't no benefits coming from this shit. And so, but why am I on here talking about? I've always been that way when it comes to speaking on something that I got to speak on, and it's not really worrying about a reaction because I don't care. The reactions are not going to help or hinder, not hinder, but help or hurt how I'm feeling once I'm done talking. It's not going to do nothing for it. So that doesn't really matter. It's just the talking part of it, I guess. Before I left the house, um, my dad said something about, and we all talk to somebody and counselor, whatever. And it's like that's not going to do anything. Like, right, like it's one of them situations where talking to you now, tomorrow, next week, or next month is not going to help. But once again, it's not going to help or hurt how I'm feeling after I'm done talking to you. Just like I said, it's not going to do the same thing here once I'm done talking. It's not going to do shit. I mean, in that aspect, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to help or hurt that way. But I don't know. Like I know I was well, what happened, right? We don't know, but it was red flags before I even got to the house and before I even said what he got to say. The red flags before I even rightfully said it. And the first one was wake your brother up, right? And you and him come over here now, because that's flag number one. Why? Because anytime anything is happening with them two involving health, they never said come straight over here for any reason, because there wouldn't be one as far as what you can do about it. It would just be it happened. We going to the hospital, going to the ER, you know what I'm saying? And like me, like what I had to do. I'm not here to talk about me. I can always just, I guess, discuss it now. I don't plan on talking long because it's not, whatever. Right? I can't just keep repeating the same thing. But when he said that was number one. So I knocked on my brother's door, and I was in the room throwing my stuff on. He finally came out. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I had to say it though, get your brother up. If I tell him come over here. Now, I said, that's what I said. He's like, oh, okay. And so, I'm already getting up and I'm leaving. I threw on a hoodie, had some shorts on, like side type shoes. I just ran over here, got in the car, and like 3 blocks over. Now, when I get there, this was the other red flag that I was not paying attention to because I'm not focusing on anything that he was going to say, that being that bad. So I was not in a frame. I was not a fucked up frame of mind. My frame of mind was probably over there anyway. Now I already knew it was something serious. So when I made it to the house, he was doing something. I'm like, what's that? I'm like, what? He's like, no. He's like, you take the dog out. I said, yeah. Here's the second one. So I'm outside with the dog. This car coming down the street. And at the end of their block. And because it's cul-de-sac. The car coming down the street. And he pulled up and he stopped. And he said something about anything. I think he said, I don't remember what the fuck he said, but it doesn't matter. All he said was, yeah, somebody brought it. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I just got here. My side with the dog. Okay. No, he said something about my dad. I said, no, my dad now. Like, he just told me my side with the dog. He was like, oh. He was like, okay, yeah. But because they just brought a body out the house. Now I'm thinking he's talking about next door. Right? Because their door was closed. Um, and like the front door though, the screen door or whatever, that front door, the screen door is like hanging from like the top part of, you know what I'm saying, how it's set up. It's like literally hanging. Shit. So I'm thinking he's talking about that, and that's just something happened to the screen door. Blah, blah, blah. I said, no, I'm not sure. I'm good. I'm thinking he's talking about somebody else. Back in the house. Yo, this dude just pulled up. He's like, who? I said, I don't know. Some guy put up top. He's like, yeah, somebody. Something about dick. He said something about somebody. Body's out the house. No, body out the house. I'm like, he's like, whose car is it? He's like, who? I said, I don't know. Somebody. I do like that. I think it was Benz or something like that. We went outside. I said, maybe that's him right there. I'm like, no, that's not the car. I said, but it was something, whatever. So we went back in the house. My brother finally got here. I said, well, I'm like, what's going on? Like, so what's up? Like, where's the body? Get here. I said, okay, whatever. Finally, he got here. He's like, okay, yeah, he just came. He just pulled up, came in. So I'm like, okay, so what's the deal? Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, all right, yeah, so what's going on? What's up? He's like, I'm like, me too. I'm like, all right, so what's going on? Yeah. I think I was saying something, and whatever. I'm not looking at him. I'm trying to look in, like, I was just walking up to the window. I had a young man put the I was like, look, see, just whatever. And he's like, what's going on? And then I turned around. And, you got that, how you do it with your hand, you just like, ugh. All right, you got the chin above your face, and your chin, whatever. He was doing that, but he started crying. And so he was starting to. And I'm saying, like, what the fuck is going on? He said, like, what's going on? My brother, he was like, what's going on? He was asking, what's going on? Like, that time. Right? And then that's when the shit started kicking in. He's like, come over here now. Then I get here, I'm outside, some dude saying something about a body brought out the house. That's when that shit started kicking in. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's when he said, he's like, yeah, your mom died. I'm like, huh? I'm like, you serious? Like, real? And he started saying what happened to her, and possibly what happened to her. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm the hysterical one at that point. Right? My brother wasn't. I was. And that's, the crying thing. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? I said, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, Okay, so what the fuck? I don't. My bad for anybody's comments that I didn't respond to, or my bad for it being silent. Phone had died, and I was trying to get on my laptop, and it wasn't. The mic acting funny, so I'm like, whatever. I'm not in the mood to try to fix that. Um, Clark identity. Yeah, man. It's I don't know. It's a number of things like so. Um, see, I was going to do a video when it happened, but I did, and then I deleted it because I was just talking a lot longer than I should have been talking, and whatever. So I had my own like health scared in October, and it was like my third panic attack. And this one was like the scary, dreadful one because I honestly felt like I was dying. And so, for anybody that does not really understand and can comprehend what a panic or anxiety attack will do to you, the severity of it just depends on your body and how you're reacting to whatever's going on. So, the doctors both told me. Well, one of my local physician or whatever, he was like, "Well, that's what they do. The panic attacks, like the severe ones, like they'll make you feel like you're dying." Like you'll feel it. You'll like, and I was talking to my mom about it. She didn't know that she knew about the third one because I called my dad and we went to the ER that night, that morning, going into the morning, past midnight. I'm there, and yeah, my blood pressure was like whatever the number was, like 190 something over something, or whatever the number was over 190, whatever the number was, the 190 number is the number that you do not want to have, like you don't want that connected to your blood pressure for whatever what I'm saying, whatever the situation is going on, you don't want that number. Because when I looked it up, it's like level four something. And there's only so many levels you can get to before you die. So when I went in that night, I was at the fourth level based on my blood pressure and its numbers. No issues, no heart issues. Like that's what they said. And then eventually we left. So my mom has a similar situation, and she fell. She said, "Well, my dad told me." Then I asked her about it, and she was just telling me. She was like, "Yeah, having little issues and stuff." And I was in the kitchen the other night, and I was having these issues, whatever was going on with me in my chest, and I fell. I just fell out. I think she had just either fell or fell out. And so, and then after that, everything was cool. You know what I mean? So, um, go to the ER or have their little, their visit or whatever doctor visit they had. Doctors said the same thing. It's not a heart issue. We don't see anything wrong with it, right? And so, what's pissing me, um, and my brother and my dad off is she has to take this test because they're paranoid. So when shit like this goes down, they're you know what I'm saying? Like they're checking every box possible to get to the bottom of what possibly caused it and if there are any issues that they need to be looking out for. Period. Right. And so they had to go take this test. The test they took was on January 2nd. So it was last Monday or last whatever day that was. Tuesday, I think. And so Um, yeah, because the day is Monday, and that would be 7 days. It was six. It was a 6 day gap. The second and the eighth. So today, that's the day. And so, yeah, today's the eighth. So anyway, yeah, we had similar situations. Like something that's causing you to feel pain or something that you've never felt before that was on the level that it was on for me that night and for her that day or night, whatever time it took place. And so what's pissing us off altogether is she will goes and has a test. She takes some test, right? On the second. They still haven't gotten the results back yet, and she's dead. Right? So they couldn't go get anything else done outside of that test. They couldn't go get anything else done because it's like it's layers to the shit. So it's like, all right, well, you got to check for this. Then after that, you can go check for this. And then after that, they took this test. Now they can't get anything else done until these results come back. Now they can see if there's an issue and take it from there. Right? What's really pissing my dad off is they still have not gotten any results back. And then what he said the coroner was telling him was, it was natural. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just, okay, that's just what happened to her. He's like, okay, well, that could be true. But he's like, if I get these fucking results back and it says it was something that we need to continue looking after, then it's not. Because there was something going on. She was already feeling a certain way at a certain point. And for her to take these tests or whatever have you, not get the results back in time, and in the midst of waiting for them, she's dead. She died. You know what I'm saying? And so when it all went down, he's telling me what's going down. He's like, damn, like, I could have, you know what I'm saying? Like this. And then at the same time, I'm saying he could have said something when he said it and blah, blah, blah. And maybe I could have came over and seen. At the end of the day, he said it himself. He's like, I don't want you and your brother coming over and seeing her in the state that she was in. What kills me, and I mean, I can't sit on here and just, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to be able to catch whatever I need to catch if I start feeling a certain way. And it's like, all right, no, I'm not. The whole grind thing, I know that's going to come. It came when he said it. But I had just seen her last night. Everything was cool. She was trying to figure some things out as far as like something about the doctors and some people she needs to find out. Look up and blah 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 blah. So, last night was last night. Like, you know what I'm saying? She, do the mom thing. Like, I came by. Usually when I come by, she just throws a whole bunch of little things in the refrigerator and the freezer and the pantry, whatever, and like a regular bag, like a shop, like a Walmart bag or something like that, grocery store bag, and everything was everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was what it was. She was still sitting in this chair that she's always sitting in when she's watching TV. And let's not get it understood too. Like, when I sit in here, I'm not talking about like some old like woman. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like at an age where it's like, okay, if you're gonna start having health issues, I guess this is the time to have them. But she wasn't this old ass person that was just having these things that just kept creeping up on her and shit like that. Like, it's have an issue on a Tuesday for this test, and then dies, within the result that they wanted to build on. Or the test, like they wanted to build on the test because the test was the first part of something, and then, like I said, it's just one thing after another that they have to do, but they can't do none of this shit else outside of that situation until they get the results back. He was like, so if I get these damn results back and it shows that she was having issues that we needed to take care of, they can't sit here and say that it was natural causes because she was already having health issues in the last 2 weeks. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. And see, I don't know what's going on with this damn audio. Something. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Out of here. Yeah. So. But anyway, yeah, I'm not on here to have a conversation about what's going on. I am, but I'm saying, like, I just told him, my dad, earlier, I was like, there's nothing else that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. But the part that's going to haunt me him and my brother. But I'm saying the part that's gonna haunt me the way that it will is one way or like no matter how you want to slice it, one way or another, like she died and there was nothing nobody could do. But could there have been something that could have been done, right? Like we're saying that she died in her sleep, so of course that is the best way that someone could die because you're not going to feel anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just you go to sleep and don't wake up, right? So that's the good side about it. But my thought process, my shit is going to consistently churn out all these different thoughts and ideas and what ifs or whatever have you. So for me and for us, it's she died in her sleep, and it's like that's the best way to go. It is what it is. Like, but what if she didn't? You know what I'm saying? Because again, the one thing that's going to haunt me the most is he said that he went in there to because he had went to sleep about he said about like 5 something, and so he got up like a couple hours later. I sent him a message as like, you got a couple hours, I can go to the store get something with. He did send it when he finally. He's like, because I was asleep, and I just got up and I just saw your message. This is about a couple hours after he said he went to sleep, so they had to be between 7 and 8 o'clock, right? So what he said was he got up. He was already just doing kind of what he was doing before he went to sleep when he got up or whatever. The part that is the most fucked up part about it is he's like, yeah, so I went, I think he said the door of her room was cracked or it wasn't, but like, even if it was just closed or something, like he's going in there just to, check in on, I guess, like he do. And the other time, just on some like check-in shit, and he said he did that. And if he looked in, like just seeing, he looked in, he's like, yeah, something didn't look right. He was like, something didn't look right. So he said he went in there and, he's probably just pushed her, was like, hey, and he was like, she was cold. She was cold. He was like, she was like stiff and cold. So she had been dead for hours and like none of us knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the part that's gonna kill me. He's like, when he said cold, that's when I was like, okay, so it's not on any of us like a fault thing, like whose fault it is. No, it's not that. It's like what I'm saying is when he went to sleep, if he did all that around like 8 o'clock or something like that, he said he went to sleep around 5 something, got up around like 7, like before 8. So I think he said about like 7, whatever time it was. The bottom line is, whenever he was asleep, that's when it happened. It had to. Your body's not going to be cold and stiff after like 30 minutes. I don't know if it's like that after an hour. I don't know, but I know for a fact that it's longer than an hour. Period. Time has to pass before that even takes place. And so he's like, yeah, I wasn't going to call y'all to come over here like see her like that. So I understood what he was saying. So I get it. But yeah. That's it's been my day so far. So I after some time had passed, I was standing there and I was like, I'm just gonna going back to the house. Had already been up since like 3 o'clock or something. You know what I mean? Anyway, so at that point, it's like it's what's done is done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over now. So like, cause it's a friend of the family. My brother said he called him and talked to him, told him he said, yeah, your mom just died. He's like, wait, like your mother's mother? He was like, no. He's like her. And I don't remember what he said about the reaction, but I know I was like, just outside of whoever they spoke to and called, like, yeah, this is gonna be this gonna be the last talk that I have about, not talk, but I mean, as far as like just me conversing, like talking like this, yeah, it's gonna be the last time. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna help me. It's not gonna hurt either, but it's not gonna help. And so, now anyone that's been around me, you kind of got to get, you get the fucking picture about me and the shit that I was saying about family. Like, that pisses me off when you go at somebody like that. Not that that's what happened with her, but I'm just saying family, like my mom, my dad, my brother, like people outside of them that are family, that's cool. But you start fucking with them, we have an issue. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, anyone who watched this video, now, you know what I'm saying, you see how I was acting up and spazzing the fuck out when certain people was taking shots. You know what I'm saying? And my dad, for no reason, had nothing to do with the situation. Right? So I'm not doing this for no responses or reactions. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here because you got bitches like that. Like, I don't do videos to turn off comments and shit. So I'm not expecting nobody to say anything nice nor bad. I've been around too many fucked up and nice people to expect something that I already know is out there. I'm just waiting. Not waiting. I know that it can happen. Is it going to? I don't know and don't care. I just know that you got your first, you got a taste of what happens when you do something, to somebody that is alive. You know what I'm saying? But it's having health issues to where the health issues could possibly kill them. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for that, but it wouldn't be. I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend it. My demeanor right now, how I'm feeling right now, I can lose my channel based on the reaction that I get to somebody that has anything to say. Like, I could possibly lose my channel based on how I'm feeling if somebody chose to take that route. But it's not gonna happen anyway. Like, I'm too composed with my emotions as far as how to process them and stuff like that. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm still probably gonna say something anyway, but I'm not on here to do it. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Anyone that said anything, you know what I'm saying? Like, Identity and Clark. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that it kicked me in the ass, man. Because I can understand, like I said, the haunting part about, him saying that she was cold. But he finally went in there. And yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I just saw her last night, so everything was cool, and she wasn't, stressed over anything like that. But that's it. Plus, she lost a brother last year to a murder, so that didn't help this situation at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, yeah, you know what I mean? And yeah, what you gonna, you know what I mean? What you gonna do? So yeah, I don't know. Like I told him, I don't know. So I'm saying the same thing now. Like, I don't know. All I can probably do is just lay down and you know what I'm saying. Just go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because sitting here, man, like thinking or whatever, it's like it ain't gonna help. You know what I'm saying? Like, me process anything. So, ugh. And it's like another thing though. Mainly, like, everything was like bad for so many years at one point. It was not a good, like, relationship, like, before, like, 2020. You know what I'm saying? And so from then to now, everything been cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever fucked up shit was going on, like, everything, it did a 180. completely. It was like, you know what I mean? Like going this way, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to do a 360, you gonna keep on going in that direction. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it did a 180, it was going in the opposite. And so like when he said all that, and I was sitting there, standing there, like what the hell? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Like what's going on? Like I was saying it to him. I was like trying to get the words out and crying at the same time. And I was telling him, I was like you can't be serious because it's like enough years wasn't made up to fix the bullshit before it. Not even close. Nowhere near. But it was still going in that direction. So there was no reason to be sitting here. I don't do it anyway. I tell people this, I tell my brother this all the time. Like I'm not going to sit here having things done or whatever, right? I'm not going to sit here, man, and have not conversation, but I'm not going to sit here and talk, you know what I'm saying, time after time about bullshit, like shit that I hate, that I cannot stand. Like I don't talk about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't do it. Like repeatedly. I don't do it. I don't do it because just based on my personal experience, it's like that's not once again, going back to what I said, it's not gonna help nothing. It's been done. It's done. It ain't gonna help shit. You can help process, you can try to help process how you feeling about a situation. There ain't a goddamn thing on this planet though that's gonna fix it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I know. You know what I'm saying? Because um, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, man. Because I made like a friend of hers died not this past Christmas, but the year before. And no, you know what? I don't think like but let me see. When did he pass? I don't know. I think I can recall him dying, like my uncle, her brother. I think it was that year when her friend had died the way that she did. I think it was that year. I don't think it was last year. No, because she never left last year until like around like Thanksgiving or something like that. So yeah, it's like all right. So you got a friend of hers. You got your brother. He's killed, right? And that whole situation, how they was handling it, was pissing her off because it was some dumbass shady bullshit going on with that whole entire situation. And so that happens. Then the friend dies. The friend dies the week of Christmas. The friend dies and is found like same way my dad found her. Like this woman died on a Monday, just like with my mom, and she was found the same way by her. She was found by her son. Like her son was going to look like 9 years old, like something around that age. And he goes in there, she was telling me like, yeah, he was going in there to wake her up, and she didn't wake up. Like that's how you found her. It's like that's how my dad found her. And I don't know. I mean, it's just for me. It could be an either or. Like, hopefully, she did just do it in her sleep because that's what everybody says. That's how they want to go anyway. Because it's like I'm assuming it's just gonna be painful because you sleep. Um, but like, what if it wasn't? What if that's not that's not the setup? But what if that's not what it was? For all we know, she probably was in the bed, um, and maybe she started feeling a certain way or this, that, and the third. And it's like, okay, so even if that's the case, if you're going through something like that, you're moving. You understand what I'm saying? Like whatever you're doing, if it's something involving your chest or something, you're using your hands. You're not laying. You're not just laying there feeling on your chest like you can't breathe and X, Y, Z. No, you're not doing that when you're in that position. So that being said, she probably did because he said when he found her, She was stiff and she was cold. And so, yeah, that's why, now I think about it, yeah, that's how it happened. She was asleep, because there was no movement. It was just like, you sleep. I don't know, man. I can't, maybe I ain't processed it, you know what I'm saying, the way that I should. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know this, like my laptop, right? So when this live went blank, because the phone had died, like my laptop is what they bought, but she bought it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, it was something that she had did to me. Like, it was a birthday present at that point. But I didn't end up getting the newer one until like October. So um me and him was just sitting there talking, and I'm like, how I'm standing somewhere near closer to the door, and I was just like, "Yep, that's the chair she's always sitting in watching TV." It's like, yeah, that chair is gonna give me problems. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's what she was sitting in anyway when I had left the house last night. Everything was cool. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So I'm heading on out, you know what I'm saying? She had gave me a bunch of food and stuff like that. And it was like, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna head on out. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow. That was that. So yeah, it was worse for my dad though, for sure, because he's had people die, like a person like die in his arms. I think it was either his brother or cousin. It was one of the two. And his mom too. His mom too. So he's like, yeah, I'm the one. I saw her catch her last breath. You know what I'm saying? So he's been around the block with this bullshit. His emotions at that point earlier was like more composed than mine. You know what I'm saying? As they should be, because I don't know. What? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do. Everybody do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really saying that people don't. But yeah, it's the laptop too. Like, she's the one that, what I mean? They both did, but it's like, and then just being in the situation that I'm in, the relationship aspect of it, doing the shit that I do and kind of just sharing it more with her, more, not more than my dad, because I'm always talking to my dad about things that I'm doing and showing him shit. And I really did that with her, because I'm not gonna sit and say that she wasn't interested, but again, the relationship was what it was at that point. And so I'm not eager to do it, because you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's just how it was at that point. Not saying that I didn't give a damn whether she cared or not. It's just, you know, because I'm just trying to do things differently. And I've been saying it, like trying to just do my channel. I want to monetize my channel, and I want to be able to do things with that. And it's going to be done through the thing that the woman that just died bought a few months ago. Like 3 days in between the purchase of it, getting it, and um, like the panic attack that I had, the third one. It was 3 days after she bought it. And the number, that's another thing too. I think I said it already, but like, I did a video talking about, I was going to talk about me and what happened with my situation when it went down in October. It was October 16th. And I did that. And I was like, it was just long, and I was just talking. I was rambling, but it just whatever. So, that night was bad for me. That night, whatever issue she was having was bad for her. Uh, Went to the ER, had to check up on shit, how I'm feeling. My dad was like, when I called him, told him what's going on, blah blah blah. He ain't, taking, for an answer. We going now. You know what I mean? Same thing with her, or if it was an issue with him, it's the same thing. Like, no, we got to go now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did anyway. You know what I mean? But again, I'm just going, this last time I'm say it, what's pissing him off is they're going through all these, episodes, and it's more of a recent, like, this doesn't happen often type thing. But it's yeah. I don't know. Uh, yeah. I mean, like, again, I'm one of them people. It's like there's nothing that's gonna fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing gonna fix it. What's gonna fix it? You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. Like, nothing will, because you can't fix these scenarios anyway. But again, based on what my dad was telling me, like, there's nothing that you can do, but there was something that could have been done, possibly, that they were trying to do, and whatever bullshit they was dealing with, it stopped them from being able to take that next step to figure out if there really is an issue. So when they go to the doctor and they say to her, like, no, it's not a heart issue, but whatever it was that killed her, it could have been related to why they went to the hospital in the first place. That's what that's what my dad is pissed off about. My brother was like, "Nah, man, fuck that shit. Like, a lawsuit coming." He's like, "Man, lawsuit coming." You know what I'm saying? Because maybe things would have been different if they were able to act on things differently based on what's been going on with her and whatever test they took last week. That test could help lead them to, okay, here's the results. The results are good. Nope, nothing's wrong with her heart, the third, everything cool. Whatever. But if them bitches come back, and based on what the coroner said, it was natural causes. If them motherfucking bitches, if them damn, you know what I'm saying, results come back and they say that, yeah, there's an issue. But the fuck took y'all so long then? He was like, the test was on Tuesday. Them results should have been back before the week was out. One, because it's the urgency of the situation. The urgency. Right? We can't do anything else until these results come back. And that at that point, we can sit here, look at the results. The results are saying X, Y, and Z. So we need to go do this, 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 and this. Right? They never got them back. You know what I'm saying? So these people who he's waiting on information from, 9 times out of 10, they may find out about it. So I don't know and don't really give a damn. It's just, once again, it's like they sitting here waiting on something that to get help could have helped possibly prevent this. Possibly. Anybody can die at any given time, no matter what fucking information you have on whatever issue is that presents itself, that's presenting itself. You can die and have all the questions and all the answers you want. You can still sit there and die. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. Don't matter how much information you got, you still can die regardless of what's going on and the information that you've obtained. But that is not really what's going on here, because it's like they felt like there's more to this than the people saying that there isn't anything wrong. They did that shit with my dad for years, and he ended up having to have open heart surgery. He was like, he told me, he said, when he had it years ago, here, like, because I was living in Texas and we're in Georgia. He was like, he said he went to the hospital based on something that happened. Like, he must have fell out or whatever. Because I remember getting a phone call talking about, yeah, your dad fell out. Like, we need to hurry up and get him to the ER, like, on some ambulance shit right now. You know what I'm saying? And had that night had taken place, he'd have died there at the house. So when they finally do get there, he's like, okay, wait a minute. No. No, he's like, no. Like, you're going into surgery tomorrow. Immediately looking at whatever was going on. No, we getting at that tomorrow. Because he's like, had you went back to the house and had a heart attack, that'd have been it. There wouldn't have been nothing to do. Just like if that's what happened to her, nothing. There's nothing. So the only thing that's killing me now is whatever's going on that's going to display her body. Like I already know is going to fuck me up bad. It fucked me up horribly bad when I was a kid. And my dad's mom died. I remember I was in the hospital when she was fucked up based on some shit that went down. So she eventually died from her injuries, like whatever injuries she had suffered, right? So I remember going to the damn funeral, and it's packed enough, right? And so you go in, and I forgot how it went down based on just how I walked from the entering to the casket itself, right? I remember that to this day, walking in there, walking up to it. At that point, I'm still in elementary school. So at that point, I can remember vividly going up to that thing. I don't remember who was standing next to me. It might have been my dad. You know what I'm saying? Whoever. Might have been my dad though. And I remember walking up to it, looking at her, looking at her. And I remember I started crying so hard. I was like, yeah, I don't even think I stayed in the church. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that fucked me up. I can remember that to this day. So I already know that when I have to see her at that point, the same way I saw his mother, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't know. Like right now though, all I know is, yeah, I can't keep talking about it because it's just the emotional side is going to eventually just come back out anyway. So, you know, I don't want to. How did them simple minded motherfuckers say the shit? Like, I was emotional. I was emotional and sensitive about things, this, that, and third. Like I'm telling you right now, like them dudes thought that they was winning battles and the war. Like I'm telling you right now, like, yeah, you thought that was bad. I think I already said it. Based on how I'm feeling, I could end up losing my channel based on somebody reacting the way that me reacting the way I possibly would, based on what somebody got to say. You know what I'm saying? I could probably lose it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even like right now. I'm probably just saying it to myself. I don't even know how I feel about my channel at this point, anyway. You know what I mean? No, I mean you're right about I mean, but like all I'm saying is, and I'm not. I'm sitting here talking like something would happen. No, ain't shit gonna happen. It like ain't nothing gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? All I know is if somebody does say something, because really I'm not on here for that, so I shouldn't be looking for no reactions to what I'm saying any goddamn way. I'm just saying it ain't gonna be good for your health. Like it ain't gonna be good for your well being. Like I said, motherfuckers thought I was sensitive and emotional and all that bullshit. With somebody that was alive and having health issues. Fuck you think I'm gonna do now? Like you like yeah, like you lucky this wasn't then. It would have been worse. And if it goes there, and at my discretion, I choose to say something, it's gonna be a whole hell of a lot worse for you. Any person that want to go down that road, like I promise you, you might get the whole hysterical thing and the crying thing possibly, and blah blah blah. You might get all that, but I'm telling you, whatever I was doing before is gonna be 10 times worse now. Not that I'm looking for it. I'm just telling you what it is. So, yep, you know, last night was the last time. The last time I was here, so and she was fine. Yeah, and so it don't matter though. You know what I mean? Like, listen, I understand, right? I understand the bullshit. I do. I don't like it, but I get it. Like, it is what it is. Um, yeah, but me and old boy about that situation with him. Yeah, I already spoke to him about it like over a year. I think maybe like over a year ago now, because I was in Stargate shit, and so I remember being there. And old boy was in there, and so we were having this back and forth, and then it ended peacefully. You know what I mean? Like it ended. It was cool. Like it went down the way that it did, and it ended well. It ended peacefully, and it ended in a good light. And so, I ain't had no issues, with him since. Like, no, yeah, it was. But for the record, let me just say it now. He owed like because whoever don't know now, you'll know now. Like Flacco, poetic Flacco. Like I don't even have an issue with him no more, just based on the past. But the only person that I have that let's just say I just whatever. I'm going to hell, and I'm waiting on him too. And that's the real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he's that motherfucker that's gonna be my enemy to the day I die. Flacco was different because Flacco, even though I don't, and everybody heard it, I did not say anything about this person's mom, dad, brother, sister, dog, whoever the fuck it was. So I can understand me saying something to somebody that don't know me, and they have to respond the way that they do, regardless of how long it went on and whether it was necessary or not. I still was able to acknowledge, even though motherfuckers didn't want to listen to me, I was still able to acknowledge that I was the one that started just the whole thing. But I told everybody to stay in bounds and don't come at me like that because I didn't come at you like that. So all that situation is dead. That's fine. Flacco up, no issue with that nigga. Cool. The real bitch for life. Bitch, I mean, I'm talking about yeah, bitch. I don't care. You know, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like I got, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I have a whole lot of space at this moment to, you know, feel the way that I feel and react the way that I'm reacting and doing whatever the fuck it is that I choose to do based on the situation and the severity of it. Which is not that ain't gonna happen any goddamn way. It's like them people in that situation that have nothing to do with now. You know what I mean? Nothing. So, no. None should. But I'm still a man with mines though, right? So like I said, the Flacco situation, that was what it was. And I always said what I just said about the rail, like they ain't never gonna fix. They ain't never gonna get fixed. They ain't never gonna change. And it's like, no, because I was able to acknowledge it then. I was able to acknowledge it when I finally spoke to him and star shit, and it ended the way it ended. It ended cool. So it's like I don't have no issues because I know that I started the instinct. I started, you know, the thing that is called a reaction. Like I started the whole thing. I gave him a reason to react. It was a fucked up way to go about it, but I still understand that I did it. You know what I mean? So I get all that's cool. We got past that situation. It was what it was, and it's a dead deal. Like I'm not, man doing this thing on this shit. Hey, that's cool. Keep doing what you're doing, whatever. But the real's a bitch though for life. That's all I gotta say about that. So besides that, I only brought up all that shit because of the family thing. Like, don't go there. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it because it's not necessary. So I'm just saying, like, that's why I brought it up because what happened to her and then what happened with him back then. Like, you understand, you did understand. Hopefully, you did it. If you didn't, you know now. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't, you know now. So I'm just going to kill it. You know what I'm saying right now. And I don't know. Yeah, just lay down. You know what I'm saying? I've been up since like 3 o'clock anyway, so um that's what I'm about to do. my dad, he was like, all right, that's what I'm just going ahead on back to the house. I'm like, there's no point in just sitting here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he's fine because, again, he was like, yeah, me, I'm about to sit here and go through all these, you know what I'm saying? All this information, paperwork, whatever that he got to go through to, hopefully get to the bottom of what happened. Because I told him, I said, because they told me what happened when she had went to the hospital anyway. No they looked up the same thing, same way when I went in. No, we don't see anything connected to a heart issue. Okay. Just like me. But I had a 190 something blood pressure, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, there was a problem. This just wasn't a heart issue. Just probably triggered by something else. But okay, so put it like this. I'll say this and I'll be done with it. So it's a heavenly situation. I'm damn sure not saying that she went to hell. No, it's a heavenly situation. So that was my issue last year. Always thinking out at one from the beginning of the year. No, from when I lost my laptop in April until I got my new one in October. That's when I had my 2 panic attacks, at least just straight up from the beginning of the year. And up till my 3rd one, which was like October 16th. So, yeah, I had those. And while I was having them, see what I think triggered my 3rd one was how I was feeling at that point. You know what I'm saying, last year. And what I'm saying is, all I can kept saying to myself is, okay, this shit ain't. Because see, that's what's gonna fuck me up with the laptop thing. Because that's when I didn't have it, and that's when the thoughts was really kind of just racing, as far as like not racing, but just how I was thinking from the beginning of the year. Even though the beginning of the year was cool, January, February, March, April, everything was cool at that point. But I can't remember the very first thought. I damn sure can remember the second one, or just the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth. I was thinking about it all damn year long, and my issue was, I'm not going to sit here. It's like, what's going to happen when I'm dead? Like, what's going to happen? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. I was fearful of not knowing what was going to take place, on top of not doing anything uh to make anybody remember me at all. Just doing nothing. Like, the world's gonna keep going, man. Time ain't gonna stop for you. It ain't gonna stop for me. Obviously, it's not gonna stop for her. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I was having these thoughts all fucking year long. Like, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. And then I'm sitting here talking to myself about, I don't know what's gonna happen one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just death related shit, thoughts, like, all year long. And the panic attacks could have came from that. Right? So, or not. Or not. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a tough situation. No, it was, because I was just thinking about not being able to say to myself, I got a YouTube channel, I got a channel, and I ain't doing shit on it. Ain't nobody gonna see it. Like, I know, I was saying to myself, when I die, ain't nobody gonna look at that damn channel, because ain't nobody looking at it now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what was killing me, on top of not having a laptop to even improve the situation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it changed when I got one. It changed. It changed after I had my 3rd panic attack. It changed when I got my new laptop. 3 days, and then 3 days after getting it, that's when I had my 3rd panic attack. Right now, I'm not even gonna sit here and talk about me, because it ain't about me. I just know, I'm just gonna tell you this: when that happened, my perspective and my outlook on life, and how you view it, what you believe in, and this, that, and the third, all that shit changed. Not that it just straight up changed like a snap of a finger. No. It was already me feeling a certain way about life in general and why things happen the way that they do and what happens to you when you die and you know what I mean? Blah blah blah. So I was already feeling that way about certain things anyway, but it was like that shit changed for me. And I told her what I experienced. And I told her, I said, I'm watching this movie and the most recent Exorcist movie. And I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm watching this movie, and the woman starts talking about. She tells this story about Jesus, like what happened to him when he died, and blah blah blah. And she was like, yeah, he died. When he died, he came back 3 days later. Came back 3 days later. Well, what did he do when he came back after those 3 days? It's like, what he did was he went down the hill. This is what the woman was saying, and what I looked it up too. So it's like, all right, the claim is territory, letting him know, basically, not basically, because I don't know the whole layout, but it was just like, claiming his territory, like this is what you gonna do, and then I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's that. Just letting them know, what's going on, and I'm like, okay. So when I went to look it up, just to be on the set, like I just want to make sure confirmation. I look it up. Then I started coming across words, you know what I'm saying? And I'm asking the question, I'm getting these answers. Like I'm on Google and I'm just typing this shit in. I keep getting things that kept adding up and kept making me look at what was going on differently. And so basically, it's like the woman in the movie, these girls disappeared for 3 days and they just instantly showed up somewhere. So that's where the story came from about the mom telling the other person the story, and the story was related to the 3 days. Okay, so the 3 days they came back. She's telling the story about, okay, so this is what happened with him, and what happened to him when he came back 3 days later, right? All of a sudden, I start seeing all this shit related to the number 3, right? The number is a holy, it's a biblical number, it's a holy number, right? And it has something to do with the words connected to it are like, like just new beginnings, like a new life, and just like good things, right? Man, I saw that shit, and when I finally saw it and I started putting everything together, that's when I started bugging the fuck out. Like the number 3 things is holy number, and it's all about doing new things, new beginnings, new starts, new, whatever, right? So here it is. So what was it, 2020? 2020, what went down? It was something I was saying about like just earlier in the year. But let's just stick to the recent. Last year, I have 3 panic attacks. The third one was the worst one. The third one was on the day that I went to the ER, right? The third one caused me to go to the ER. Okay. 3 days before that, that's when that's when I got my new laptop that she ordered, right? 3 days before that is when she ordered it. So since she ordered it, it came back. I mean, it came 3 days later, third motherfucking day later. That day was Friday the 13th. Now it ain't got nothing to do with anything. I'm just saying. And then 3 days after that, I had my third panic attack that I thought was about to kill me. You know what I'm saying? And end everything that what just ended everything. Right. But that number that I kept, that, all these things were going down. And I was telling my mom about it. And I told her, I said, all this shit was going down. Panic attacks, the third one, right? And all this other shit. And I'm reading all these words. I'm reading up all these articles about things and what the numbers mean, and the number 3 itself. Is it a holy? Is it a, a biblical number like that? And then it's telling me what it's connected to, and new. It's like new shit, and I'm like, okay. that's when it hit me. It was like, so how do I sit here and come across this number, right, that is connected like to my life, and I'm not even looking for it. I'm just coming across all this information that's causing me to think differently. And so when I told her all this stuff, I was like, I'm not viewing life the way that I was before. It's like I'm not having all these thoughts about death and what comes with it. I'm not thinking about not being able to put a name out there that people will remember me by and stuff like that. It's like my whole demeanor, my whole outlook changed on everything. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I just kind of hate that all this shit that I've been looking up when I was looking it up and all the information and how I looked it up came from something that she bought. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean that's but I think that's why I was bugging out earlier so hard because I'm like, wait a minute, man, like what's like what what are you talking about? And so I remember I just after it all went down, I was standing in the living room, I was just um looking at the doorway, you know, the way you go into my, you know, my mom's room or, you know, the main room or whatever. And I just walked in there and I'm like, I'm just looking around. And the part with that, the side of the bed that she was laying in, laying on, that cup, like that part of the bed was still pulled back, like if you were just getting out the bed and you pulled the cover off you, like that part was still laying there like that. And you know, I was just standing there looking at that, and I'm like, you know, I never really like, I don't know, I was just okay, and I walk out. There's a family picture, you know, me, my mom, my dad, my brother hanging up, and I just grabbed the picture, like the big one or whatever. I'm just standing there and I'm just looking at it. I'm like, okay, so well, there's only three now. It's only three. There's only three of us left now. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna. Only time is gonna help me be able to process everything. That's just how life works. Can't rewind time, but you know, all you can do is whatever time you have, like you process everything the correct way. And I don't know. I just know that my like this laptop, I'm I'm I've already been doing it. I just haven't been on here lately. Um, you know, as far as just building everything up, because I was having a pretty decent run at it after the month, like you know, after October, well, in October, middle towards the end of it, and you know, whatever. It's like okay, I was doing so much better than what I was doing before, and it's something that she had bought and letting me know. I know, you know what I'm saying, like when it came in, it's like laptop came in. And I'm like, all right, cool. Threw my shit on, went around the house, went around the corner. You know what I'm saying? And like ever since then, she's like, just let me know how everything, you know, playing out and stuff. I've been using this motherfucker ever since, building the channel back up and trying to. And it's like, yeah, it's just, you know, I can't I can't send her anything and show her that anymore. I can't do it anymore. Like so, it's little things like this. Like, what am I supposed to do with her number? You know what I'm saying? Like, like what I'm supposed to do with her phone number? Like, just you know, I know what to do, but like, okay, yeah, this my mom. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that. No, that's on some unfriended shit. I damn sure ain't gonna do that. Cause all that bullshit started in the movie. Like, you sitting here, you fuck up your friend, cause her to kill herself, and then during the same movie, you go to the friend's page because you think somebody is playing the game with you through her page, and you unfriend her. It's like, huh? No, like, huh? Just because the motherfucker, and then you the reason why she gone, but just why the motherfucker gone don't mean you unfriend the account. Guys, what kind of ignorant shit is that? And so that's kind of what I'm speaking on. Like, no, like I'm not taking the number out of my phone. You best believe that. Now, when I start sitting here doing shit like doing something and sending it to her phone, like, okay, that's when it's like, okay. But I don't know. I would do it anyway, just to be like, well, like something I'm working on hard that I would have ended up showing her anyway later. Like, yeah, I'll probably do something like that. But yeah, I don't know. So, that's that's right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna just get off now and deal with it as it comes. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, and yeah, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know some people did, but a lot of punk ass people didn't. Like, they lied about respecting it and respecting my viewpoint, like where I was coming from and how I was feeling. Like, they were lying any goddamn way. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, it is what it is. But they were, So I'm just gonna get off here and just hit the bed or whatever. Just lay down and however I'm feeling later is how I'm feeling or whatever. So appreciate everybody, all parties who were and are listening and who possibly will later. Yeah, appreciate that. But yeah, with that being said, I'll just holler at y'all later.